Think about it. What does AI actually do for us?
Helping people get refunds from airlines, negotiate their bills, manage all of the subscriptions. The big companies know they can rip people off.
This guy created an AI tool that actually fights back for you against big government, against big companies, doing the dirty work so you don't have to. He breaks down how this works and how he says it can fight back against big companies at their own game. Tech it before you wreck it. What's up, geeks? I'm Kirk. There's no question, big companies are using AI every day to outsmart us, the consumers. He says this tool finally lets you use fire to fight fire. So I'm digging deep in my conversation with Joshua Browder. He's the creator of DoNotPay.com. Joshua, I want to ask you about DoNotPay in general. How did this whole thing start? I mean, it's an AI platform, but it's a very specific AI platform.
That's right. So DoNotPay is an AI platform that helps ordinary people fight big companies and the government. It started with parking tickets. I was a terrible driver and got a lot of tickets, and I built DoNotPay to help myself and my friends get out of tickets. And I never could have imagined how popular it would become.
Does it work? Does it get people out of tickets?
It does. Oftentimes the government aren't following their own rules. And so I've been running the business for 10 years now, and now we do a lot more than tickets. We operate in over 100 areas of what I would call consumer rights, helping people get refunds from airlines, negotiate their bills, manage all of the subscriptions, all of the areas where the big companies know that they can rip people off, and we fight back.
So 10 years ago, I mean, AI wasn't really a thing. So did it start as like not really an AI company? Was it more just kind of programmed services?
That's right. It was like 100,000 lines of code, and it would actually talk to you. So it was a chatbot, and now everyone chats with chatbots every day with ChatGPT and Anthropic and all of these companies. But back then it was a very unique experience where you could chat with a computer to get out of your parking tickets, and it would match you to a defense, take down your details, generate a letter, and send it off to the right place. And that seemed like magic, but really it was a lot of programming lines and less true AI and more template based. But now we're using a much more sophisticated set of kind of tools, including like OpenAI's API and things like that. And that we're doing things like negotiating with cable companies to lower people's bills, and it will chat in real life with the cable company, and the cable company's customer service is AI, we're AI, so it's an AI versus AI discussion.
It's an AI battle. Well, and that's the truth is in so many situations, as consumers, that's what we're competing against is the AI that is designed to outsmart us, but it's almost like empowering yourself with the same set of tools that they have on their side.
That's right.
And do you feel like what you guys were doing 10 years ago is so much different than what you're doing now? It's almost easier in some ways, but more powerful in other ways.
We've kept the same mission. I would say that consumer expectations are constantly rising. Yeah. And so we've used all of these AI tools to dramatically improve our product. Now you can just ask ChatGPT to help you generate a letter. And so we're going much deeper on these bill negotiations, and our value is really connecting AI to the real world. In fact, when we save people money, sometimes our AI is sending big companies faxes. So it's like the Stone Ages connected to AI.
I'm sorry, there's a 21-year-old who has no idea what a fax is.
I barely know what a fax is. I'm 28.
Well, and that's the truth, but some of those old technologies are still important. Can your system actually call customer service on the phone?
It can, and that's actually been the biggest breakthrough in the past year. AI is now fast enough and convincing enough to represent people on phone calls. And we recently had a conversation. It was a phone bill negotiation, and we tell our AI, always tell the truth, never lie. And so the AI phoned up this big company, and the big company said, how can I help you? And the AI said, I'm a person's assistant. I'm looking to negotiate someone's bill. It was very honest about being an assistant. It didn't say AI assistant, just general assistant. And then the agent on the other end, the human agent, said, okay, what's your name? And this really confused the AI because it doesn't have a name.
Right.
And it said, no, I'm just the assistant. And this went back and forth about 3 times. And finally it said, I don't have a name, but you can call me Alex. And it's very interesting to see how the AI solves problems.
Well, because you didn't tell it to use the name Alex, it just kind of said, okay, well, if you're demanding a name, I'm going to use Alex.
Yes, and it said you can call me Alex, so it's technically not a lie, but it's very interesting how it overcomes challenges. And what we're seeing is the AI is reasoning a lot better.
Well, do you guys program DoNotPay on what it can and cannot do, or can it essentially do any sort of negotiation I ask it to do?
We've taken all of the major negotiations in people's lives and automated those. I would say if you're trying to do something very niche, it's probably not a fit, but for kind of insurance, cable, subscriptions, that's really our bread and butter.
Well, and do you think people are surprised that so much stuff is negotiable? Because I think there's a lot of people in this world who would think, well, I can't negotiate my cable bill, like that's the price.
I think there's an open secret in customer service where if you stand up for yourself and say that I'm upset I didn't get the service, I had outages, and our software looks for these type of things, or maybe I'm thinking of switching to your competitor, the big companies will definitely give you some sort of negotiation or cash back. There's an expression in life, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and that's a great job for AI.
Yeah, 100%, because I don't want to be the squeaky wheel. I don't want to always fight that fight, but I would love it if somebody else was fighting that fight for me. Is there a point when the AI will kind of, know when to fold them?
So the AI is getting yes, there is. And actually it's getting much more aggressive in helping people. So earlier AI models, maybe in 2023 and early 2024, a big company would say, I'll give you $10 off. And the AI would say, thank you so much. Now we're in 2025 and the AI is saying, no, I want $100. And so it's actually becoming much more effective.
See, the AI is my kind of guy. Your offer's not enough. I want more than that.
I agree. I mean, I'm the type of person to wait on hold for 3 hours to save $20. It's not about
put
the
it on
money, it's about the
speakerphone, get some stuff done. I can wait. If this is a showdown of hold times, I can certainly wait. In terms of travel, you guys have programmed DoNotPay to do some negotiation and some of the work when it comes to travel. Tell me about the things that it can do.
So if you don't receive a service while traveling, it can get you a refund. And this is really important in the current climate we're in with all the cancellations and also the holiday period coming up. If the in-flight Wi-Fi doesn't work, and it barely ever works, it gets you a refund. If your flight is cancelled or you're downgraded, it can get you a refund. If you experience significant delays, it can negotiate with the airlines to get you miles or some sort of credit as a courtesy. For flights internationally, Americans have additional rights, such as if their flight is delayed by more than a few hours, you can actually get cashback compensation even if you do ultimately take the flight. So there's all of these rights that people have that they don't know about, and it figures those out and gets you the money.
I love it. And in terms of like lost baggage, I mean, all of these things, even if it's not publicly disclosed that they're going to give you some sort of credit, there may be an option for it that you don't even know about.
Yeah, and lost baggage is a great example. You actually have a right to thousands of dollars if your bag is delayed beyond a certain point. And not many people know this, but if your bag is delayed beyond a certain point and you need an item for your trip, you can actually get a reimbursement for that item. So say you're on a work trip and they lose your suit because your bag is delayed, you can actually buy a new suit after a certain amount of time and get the airline to pay you back up to a certain amount.
That's interesting. And I would imagine that DoNotPay is programmed with its model to know what those laws are, to know what other customers have got in terms of negotiation. So it goes into it kind of knowing that, right?
That's right. And we're all in on this very specific problem. And these big companies know that the average person doesn't have the time to deal with this. And that really benefits them. But we're really good at jumping through all the hoops to help people.
Okay, so if something happens and I'm traveling for Thanksgiving and it's, I can't go up to the service desk because it's mayhem at the airport, and I get home and I'm like, I feel like I deserve something in return. How do I even start the process of using a service like this?
Well, anyone can, for free. All of the major airlines by law are required to have a place for you to give them notice. So you go on their website, click the contact us by email button and you put in kind of your dispute. If you don't have time for that, DoNotPay automates it. We literally have a robot goes in, generates everything you need based on what your issue is, and then submits it to them.
So do I subscribe to DoNotPay, or do I just go, and once I log in, will it know the different airlines, or is it an extension browser, a browser extension?
We have a browser extension, an app, a website, DoNotPay.com, and it knows all the hoops to jump through for what you're trying to do.
And how much does it cost? I mean, are people paying for this to be kind of a regular part of their life?
We have people who every day they're getting money back in all sorts of different things. They use all of our dozens and dozens of services that apply to them. But we also have people who get one ticket or get one delay compensation, and they just want to be one and done. It's $18 to try it. There's no commitment and no advertisements, and we work for our customers. And you keep 100% of what you save.
Is there an end to this where it doesn't work anymore, where the customer service AI outsmarts the DoNotPay AI? I mean, I just feel like at some point we're just going to have computers arguing with computers, and somebody's got to turn the switch off. I don't know. I just don't know where this goes.
It's an interesting question. I like to think we're a scrappy team. This is my life's work, and I really think we're more motivated than the average engineer at a big company like Comcast. On the other hand, DoNotPay has raised money from VCs in San Francisco, and all of the venture capitalists asked me, well, what happens if all the world's problems get solved? Then DoNotPay is not needed. And I think that would be a great world, but I think we're a long way from that.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
And what's next in terms of, the stuff that DoNotPay's offer? I mean, are you guys always looking for new problems for it to help solve?
We're really doubling down on healthcare. There's a lot of new laws around hospital bills and things like that, where the hospital is charging you one price for a procedure and charging someone else a different price. And there's all sorts of things that AI can do around that. And that's really important for people, because instead of helping someone with a $100 parking ticket, maybe we can help them with a $10,000 medical bill. And so really that's our focus. Or
$40,000 or $50,000. And the crazy thing is, I mean, I've heard of so many people saying, I don't have that money. And then all of a sudden the price is cut in half.
That's exactly right. And even just the most minor dispute, there's the most important lesson. Push back and they'll cut it by 30% just because you phoned up. And that's just the beginning of the negotiations.
Right. And if the AI knows that going in, then they kind of know the ground rules that I would never know as a consumer. I mean, that's sort of the point, right? The AI has so much knowledge at the first conversation.
Yeah, and I would really encourage people to check their medical bills, because sometimes, unfortunately, people go into the doctor or the hospital and they have all of these charges that they shouldn't be charged. Like they kind of look at your hand for 1 minute and they would say it's an X-ray, and then the price goes up by 10 times.
Yeah, it's just about looking at things closely. So where do you see this in 5 years? Like, what's the, is it just solving all those problems? What's the big goal here?
The really big goal is to have an assistant on people's shoulder that's looking out for them, even in areas that they didn't know that they were being taken advantage of. So right now, people come to DoNotPay with a ticket or a dispute and they want to get money back. But wouldn't it be great if someone just woke up one day and the AI said, I got you $100 while you were sleeping because the cable company was charging you too much. And so really we're trying to go and be in the background so you don't even have to worry about it.
Can you negotiate with my bosses? I think is the real question.
Yeah, I mean, we don't do this, but AI is a really good tool at generating letters to get a raise and things like that.
Pretty cool concept, giving us tools to fight back as consumers. If you made it to the end of this video, that's awesome. Do me a favor, throw a comment in below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is something that you think you would pay for as a service. And do me a huge favor, subscribe to this channel. It helps me grow here on YouTube. And I've got a lot more cool tech reviews, unboxings, and tech conversations like this coming your way on Tech It Before You Wreck It. I'm Kirk.